Alright, welcome back to Dankscott Traders Hub. Yes, it is a beautiful morning. It is a beautiful day. I hope you guys are having a good time wherever you are. And of course, as usual, how we do this, you know how we do this. We're going to go into prayer and then get started as usual. So without any further ado, let's pray and get started. Father, we give you praise. We say thank you for this very moment. We say thank you for your grace. We say thank you for your loving kindness. We say thank you that you are here and you are part of this, oh God. Thank you that we've come back here for another analysis. Thank you for the profits that we made yesterday. Thank you for even today's profits, because we know that we are going to get a good success and not any other success. Thank you for the insights that you're giving us, the entries and the exits that you're providing to us today. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so as usual, we start with Crash 500. So without any further ado, we get into Crash 500, and then we look at it, what is happening in the world of the analysis in the world of Crash 500. Let's get to it. So all right, just a minute here, just a minute. Okay, I don't know what is happening here, but yeah. All right, so yeah, Crash 500. So let's get into it. So we started with yesterday we saw what was happening. We wanted this pullback, and then we come in. I think I deleted yesterday's analysis, but looking at what we were looking for, you see that's the level we wanted price to get back to, and then we can come in with sells. So that happened. When it reached here, I thought we could actually enter some buys here, but this was a weak support level, so it was immediately taken out. I wanted a short sell here, a short buy to then come here. Why are we coming here? Because of that fair value gap right about there. So that is the reason why we were looking for an entry right here to take us into the buys. So as we speak, price reacted to that fair value gap. It's a point of interest that we had, and we had to look at it. So for now, we are going to look for more sales according to H1 and M15, I believe. Yes, so we're going to look for more sales, probably to react back here to that order block, or to even go all the way to this other level. We have where this momentum started from. This is an order block right about there. So price is likely to come all the way there, or here. So you have to understand that. So we have those two options that we will use, or we will be looking at for price reaction, and then we can get into the buys. All right, I think that's it on Crash 500. Let's now get into Boom 500. All right, Boom 500. Boom 1000, sorry. Let's first get into Boom 1000. So what happened yesterday on Boom 1000? On Boom 1000, let's look at Boom 1000. Please let me know if the sound is okay, so that I can if it is not okay, I can work on it immediately, so that it is we have a good time together. So Boom 1000 yesterday, we knew this, yeah, from that level. If I can reach this to this level, we knew this already. Yeah, we knew this, that price was going to do this and then get us into the buys. So it had already reacted here. So yesterday, this is where we were. We saw this kind of a pennant, which was of course a reflection or an indication of continuation of buys. But then of course, as price goes on, as the market continues during the day, and more points come around, so we can no longer use what we had yesterday. We can now use what we are seeing currently, and that's what we are seeing there. And that means even this here changes to that. Even that changes to that. So apparently this is what we have on the this on Boom 1000. So right now we can easily delete this. If we look back, price has reacted back to the breaker block, which is this level where price block structure formed. But now if we go to H4, we clearly see that we are having price rejection on the current H4 candle. We are currently having price rejection on the current H4 candle. So if it closes like this, this will be an inverted hammer, or you can say it's an hammer. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, that will be a hammer. And we know that that can easily signify sales coming in to push all the way back down. So where H1 is almost oversold, meaning the sales will be matching with what we want on H1, I mean on H4. So what do we do now? Let's look at let's go to M15. Right, M15. So M15 we are selling, but are we ready to enter more sales? According to H1, I want to remind you that we left some liquidity here. This is an order block where the buy momentum started from, yeah, after retest here. So we need a pullback here. Yeah, according to H1, we need a pullback here, but according to H4, I think the same actually. Yes, pullback there, then we can get again into the buys. So are we going to see this sell? Will we be able to actually make the entry? I don't know. We still have a long way. You don't have to rush into this. You don't have to force anything. You need to just keep waiting for when it comes around, because here we may anticipate this again back there, then we can get into sales. But like I always tell you, we are not market movers, we are market followers. The market movers, when they decide to push market all the way to break this level, then we can enter. But if they do the retest, then we can enter above. But where we are currently, we can't enter any sales or buys. It is a tricky level for any entries. All right, I think that's it on Boom 1000. I hope I've not left anything right there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what we can anticipate, and then get into buys from this other level according to H1. All right, so let's now jump to Boom 500. Let's jump to Boom 500 and we look at it. Let's look at Boom 500. We see what is happening. We see what is happening. Just a minute. Just a minute. All right, sorry about that, apologies. Boom 500. So what happened on Boom 500? Yesterday we wanted pullback there, then we can come in with sales. We never saw that, but in the course of that we saw this. We saw this falling wedge. No, this was a pennant. This is a pennant. So we saw that, and when it did this all the way there, we knew that we had our entry. Yeah, so we made an entry. So we had an entry right there. It was a bit earlier. So this was another entry that I was supposed to enter. Yeah, so I took it all the way here. I gave this signal to the guys on VIP when it gave us this kind of a move. So we closed our profits right there, and just after closing, look at what happened. Price rejected because it had gone back to this trend line. Of course, before that it was all the way almost around here, the trend line. So yeah, it reacted here, and later we understood that this was another point for the trend line. So right about now, we are looking at sales again within this channel. Is it a channel? I think so. Let's look at it. Okay, so I made another sell entry here, but the buy had already started, so it was my bad. I had not read exactly what was happening. Apologies on that. That was my bad. Of course, I made some just small losses right there. So this here can be seen as what? This here can be seen as a change of character. And if you look closely, what happened here, price had reacted back to that order block. Had reacted all the way back to that order block, touched it and went into buys again immediately without even wasting time. So we know that price is not going to come back to this level, so we can delete it. All right, so delete everything right here. Price has reached that level, has even exceeded it to go to the upper trend line, so we can delete everything right about here and delete this too. So even this, it was not respected, so we can delete it. So price has reacted all the way back to this trend line, and we have started to see sales come in. Can we enter? I believe we should be in already. Yeah, I believe we should be in already. Let's first look at H4. H4, what do we need? We need buys. So if we need buys, if I go to H1, I need sales. If I go to M15, I need sales. So what are we likely to see? Go to H1. This was a pullback to this fair value gap, went back up. H4, I want to first see what Bollinger says on H4, because something is not right. We may enter and immediately we see a spike So we are seeing that. So this is a rising wedge actually, so we need to be seeing sales according to patterns. So if I see that and I go to MH1, I see that the momentum for buyers is still on, so it's likely to give us issues. We are likely not to exceed such a level right about here. So can we sell to this level? I think we can. We can do it. I think we can do it. Yeah, I think we can push for that sell. According to M15, we have to wait. According to M15, we have to wait a bit. According to M15, we have to wait. So now take off the indicator and wait for M15 to break this level. According to M15, we are likely to see another pullback. So that's why I'm skeptical to enter. That's why I'm skeptical to make an entry right there. So if I can, you see, before I finished it has already spiked. You can see what I was talking about. So it's a bit tricky for us where we are currently. I can easily go back to M15, so wait for M5 actually to be ready for us to sell. Once it is ready, once M5 is ready for the sell, then we can come in with the sales. But until then, no entries at all for us to enter a sell, but we are likely to enter it. We are likely to enter a sell before the day ends. All right, I think that's enough. We can leave it on M5. We can leave it on M5 and wait for the sell to come through. Wait for the sell to come through on M5. We can wait for the sell to come through on M5. All right, so that is it on Boom 500. Let's now head over to Volatility 25 1S. Today's market. So what happened to Volatility 25 1S? Looking at H1, this was happening right here. If I can drag this first here, we were within that falling wedge. Of course, it gave us this, so we knew price was coming all the way here to this other trend line. We needed a pullback there later to get into sales again, but it failed to get back. It kept on consolidating within that level, and then it touched this other level. This is on H1, I believe. Yeah, that is an order block on H1. So it touched that H1 order block, tried to give us a pullback, failed. It was not enough for that. But then what happened later? We saw price actually break out right there. After even reaching this trend line, we saw a breakout of the trend line and it went all the way into sales. So currently it is on this. It has even broken this level. We want to see that first. But first, let's first delete everything right here so we can have a clear chart. Delete all that. Unfortunately, I've deleted even another thing that I didn't want to delete. So from there, we can delete all this, delete all that, delete this. Let's go to H4. So that was it. Then this is a breakout on this other level right here. It has come back to this order block. This is an order block on H4, but we have another point of interest right about here, which is another order block. Yeah, so this is likely to be the point of focus where price is headed to. So come to daily time frame. Daily time frame, the sales are on without a doubt, so it means we cannot afford to look for buys now. We can wait for the buys, but we can now delete this and now wait for the pullback. H4 daily is selling. H4 has reached oversold has reached oversold, so we need to wait. Even H1 is oversold, so we need to just be patient and wait for the retest. We need to be patient and wait for the retest or the retracement when price gets into buys before we can continue selling, because we realize we need to sell this all the way to this level, all the way to that level according to the daily time frame. So it's coming here, but can we have an entry now? Not really. We don't have an entry to sell it all the way down below, because it's gonna give us a pullback, then we can continue with the sell later. So that is V25 1S. Let's now head over to before we head over to V75, first go back to V25S. Yeah, we need a retest according to H1 and H4. So looking at that, where we are currently, if it decides to give us a retest from that level, so you realize that it's likely to come back inside a bit to this order block, to this level right there, and then get us into sales again, so it's likely to come there and then get us into sales. Then we can look for sales right there. We are likely to look for buys here, so for now we don't have an entry for buys, we just have to wait. Yes, we are oversold. I think that's it for this asset. Let's now do what? Let's now go to V70. Let's go to V75. Let's go to V75 now. All right, V75. What happened? V75, we saw it was consolidating the whole of yesterday. So right now I have no business with it really. Something that looks like this, you don't want to waste your time on it. In fact, not even like that. Let's change it to this way, because if I go to M15 it will look like this. So we need buys here, so I can delete everything. We know that we need buys from that level. So it is looking like this, which means it's likely to give us another sell, this kind of sell right here. It's looking like that. It's likely to get us right here, right there. So it's this right here is just crazy. We can't it has to come here again. So go to H1, go to M15. Yes, M15 is the one that is actually giving us that. So it's gonna come here, but can we enter it? I don't think we can, because it is having a low momentum. Unless if you're a scalper, then you can wait for a clean entry for it, because right now it has touched this trend line, so it means it's going to try to go up again. But it may not even reach all the way up. It may just go in between, either in between here, that fair value gap here, or to that order block, and then it comes all the way back with a sell and break through to come right here where we have our target. So for now, this is just a no-go for me. I can't trade something like this. Yeah, I can't trade something like that. So, jump 50. The market is too slow today. What is happening? Oh man, all right, so jump 50, what were we looking for yesterday? So we were looking for, first bring M15 right here. So we were looking for, we knew this was here, but we knew the price is likely to break and come first here, then it can give us a buy. It came here, tried to react on it, but momentum of sellers was still strong. Came to this other one, reacted a bit on it, still momentum was too strong. It broke it, then it tested it. So this is where we were supposed to enter early morning when it reacted back to that after breaking it. So yeah, now we can delete everything right here because the structure changed. The reason why we have to delete everything here because the structure has changed. So come back to H1. Yeah, that was the entry point today morning. This was supposed to be our entry, and then we come in with a sell. So why are we selling? Because of that liquidity that was left back. But again, the general trend according to H4 is a sell, and now we have reached retracement level of CCI, meaning we are going to see a pullback. Yeah, and of course even on daily time frame, the same thing. All right, do you guys remember what I told you about this level? Yeah, that level is still available to grab, so price is likely to come all the way there, but I can not assure you it's going to come there because I'm not a market mover. We are just market followers, so we cannot, those guys are the only guys that can tell you whether they will push price all the way there or not. So we have come back to that order block, and I believe we're going to see some buys from that level. So clearly this was not respected. We can delete it. This is no longer necessary. We can delete it too. And now we maintain what we have currently. So on this move, let's use the one on H4. From all the way there to there, we need to see where this retracement is going to be because we've reached a retracement level. So where exactly? Yeah, we see, of course, we are seeing that this was grabbed right there. So is it going to come back to that? I don't know, because that fair value gap was mitigated by this candle here. We left one above, but I don't believe it's going to go all the way back above there. So delete this. I don't see price going back to that. This is not even maybe, you never know. Let's have it. Let's just have it. We never know, because since we are not market movers, we can only follow and wait for when that happens. So right about now, we are not worried of sells because we need buys as we speak. So can we enter some buys? Not yet. We need to see an entry, a confirmation of buy entry right here. So if we get one, then we come in with buys to take us all the way there. So jump 50, the focus is for buys, not sells. We will focus on sells when price gets back up, or probably there, and look for the sell, or here look for the sell. So that's how we're going to be looking for these sells. But for now, we are looking for buys right about here where we are currently. All right, so enough of jump 50. Let's get to jump 25. Jump 25. What happened to J25? Actually, this we made money. Those who are on VIP signals platform, you know that we made this money. It happened exactly how we had anticipated, but then later got some pullback, and then yeah, but that's not what we're talking about currently. Let's first look at the trend yesterday and what we had analyzed. So we knew this. So this was the very first pullback, but it did not reach the points of interest that we had. So we knew when it did this that we had an opportunity to enter and look for the sell again. So that's what we did. We made the entry. Unfortunately, I was quick I was going away, so I quickly closed my profits right here, and it came and hit the first target and the second target right there. And yeah, that's how we made money yesterday on this asset. So this was the move there. So for now, we can delete everything right here, right there, right here. Delete that, and also this can now go. So after reacting to this level, it gave us a pullback, then it came with enough momentum to break even this support. So even this can now go. It was not respected, and now it came all the way back to this level, all the way back to that level. You can see where price H1, it is overbought. It is overbought. But if we look at H4, we need buys without a doubt. So what do we do? What do we do? Let's first look at these two trend lines, what they're telling us. First look at these two trend lines and see what they are telling us. We get to know the story. So we're going to continue seeing sells. Yes, of course, price has reacted and grabbed this liquidity on H4 and of course H1, but then we are overbought on H1. We need sells. Even on M15 we need sells. Even on M15 we need sells, but not yet, not now, not now. Something still is happening. So we are likely to see some more consolidation, weird consolidation actually, and then later we see sells. But I don't know how it's going to break this level, because really this is a big level to break and continue with sells. So I don't know, we have to wait. So for this now, it's going to be a no-go for me. Right now, I'm not going to look at any trades on this 25, on jump 25, due to what I'm seeing, until I have a good, clear structure that I can use and work with. Yeah, delete this for now. Let's use that. So I have to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Yeah, I have to wait on H1 to give me an entry. We first go to M15. What is that? Is it going to react back to that order block? Because clearly I see price may react back there to try and take the previous high, and then later comes for that strong sell. So I have no business with this. No, I can't lie you. I'm not going to, unless if it goes back up like I've anticipated there, then I can look for sells. But until then, don't waste your time on this asset. Jump 10. Today's market is a weird one. Jump 10 happened the way we had anticipated. Those who remember yesterday, if you missed yesterday's analysis, go and look for episode 171. And then we got a break of structure, which was like a fake breakout. Later went back into buys again. So now we can delete everything that we have here, and then we look at H1, see if we need to still use this. No, we have moved out of it, so it's no longer needed. We can take it out. Now we have seen a break of structure right about there, and according to H1, That means we are still in an uptrend. So what do we do? We are now overbought. Why? Because of this order block. That's the reason why we are overbought on H1. But are we on H4? Not yet, but that tells us the story that we need now. Oh, not yet, because we are within the daily channel. I was about to tell you that we're going that it may make a retest, since it gave us a break of structure here. It may give us a retest and then continue to that level. So you need to know that. So go to H1 and let's wait for the pullback. Hopefully, if we can get one, then we will know that we'll come in with this kind of a buy. Why? Because this is a break of structure, so it has to come back to the breaker block and then continue with the buy. So go to M15. M15 is overbought. It means we now need to see price come back to this level without a doubt. It's gonna come before it touches that trend line. So let's wait for that. This may be our focus for today. If it gives us this pullback, if this will be our focus of the day, we will be looking for this buy. All right, that is jump 10. Let's now look for gold. Let's go to gold and we call it a day. Let's go to gold. Gold. So what happened to gold? So this is H1. So yesterday we were here. This is where we were yesterday. So go back to M15, drag it here. So we had this, bring it to M5. So before this trend line changed to this, we were here. Yeah, we were here. That is where we were. We wanted first buys, then we can come in with sales later. That's what we had anticipated. So I entered some buys here. Of course, I was taken out when price came to give us a fake breakout. So when it did this, I shifted and looked at that, and that's where my trend line came to. So those were the losses right there, because it took me out on this gold. Now after reaching that level, the buy started, and that's, yeah, I entered here. I was supposed to close earlier, but I failed, because with gold you don't trade, you don't hold. If you're in M15 and M5 time frames, you don't have to hold for long. You go in 10-15 minutes, you're out. That is what we do. That's how you trade gold. So that happened, but of course I didn't make a loss. Yeah, I didn't make a loss on this. So this happened and I was still looking for buys, but still we are not market movers. So price reached that level again and then came back down once again, and then it gave us another fake breakout right there. You can see it. First remove history. So it gave us another fake breakout right here, and once it touched that, that's when the buy came through and reached the level that we had already anticipated right about there. Yeah, reached the level that we had already anticipated right about there. So during the night, I still analyzed this and I knew that it was going to come there. Then we come in with sales. So the sales began from that level. So even early morning we were selling for this, but I'm just surprised that coming back here, I'm seeing this kind of a pullback, and then the buy again came through, and now we have a break of structure on M15. So everything is changing. The structure is currently changing, so I can't still use all this. I have to delete it and look at what is happening currently. I think even this can go. First go to H1. Yeah, it can go. It can go. Yeah, so now we have this point of interest, which is the order block on that level. That is the point where this sell momentum started from. So probably price is looking to reach that level. Price is looking to reach that level. So go back to H. Let's go to H4. So what is happening to H4? H4 we need buys, but we are not ready to enter buys on H4. Oh wait, actually we are ready. It gave us a change of character, but then it's going to go there, then it comes with a pullback. Now H4 is talking. H4 is now giving us the real deal that we need to know. Yeah, I had not seen this. So pullback here, then breakout there. That is a change of character. So it goes there, tries to break that, and then it comes back right here. It comes back right here. Then we come in with the buys. All right, so come to H1. Yeah, H1 clearly is still looking for buys. M15 is actually looking for sells, but I doubt it will sell for long because we still need buys. So I will wait for sells right here, then I can come in with a sell, retest sell to come all the way here, then we can come in with the buy from that change of character level, or say from this fair value gap, whichever time frame you be on. You look for the nearest fair value gap, and that will be your entry point. So for now, I have no business with this. It's going to continue buying until it reaches probably this order block, but I can't enter even the buys now because it can, according to M15, it can easily look for this pullback. So you can, that's why I'm not entering. I can wait for that, then I can come in with sales. Patience pays. You remember that. All right, I think that's it for today. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500. We need a pullback here or here, then we can come in with buys. Yeah, this is according to H1. It's according to H1. What is this here? I think we can delete this now because it has already served us, so we can delete it. We know that we are looking for buys, and that was a what? This was confirming the left shoulder, the right shoulder. So now we are trading an inverted heads and shoulder. All right, so we need a pullback here, but according to M15 it's trying to continue with buys, but according to H1 we need a pullback here. So we wait for this either here or there, and then we come in with the buys. Boom 1000. Okay, the sell has continued. We wanted a pullback there, so we can come in with sells to break through here. So I have no business here. I can't do anything. Yeah, the pullback happened, but it didn't go all the way back up there, so I have no business with that until it reacts either there or until it breaks here. Then I can go in with a sell to reach this other level. So boom 500. We've seen a breakout on this level, so it has come to this order block, which is M15 order block. So are we going to see a pullback? I don't think so. I think a sell is on. I think we're going to sell. Yes, we've reached that order block, but I don't think it's going to hold price to not to break it. Yeah, so I don't want to rush into it. These, when they spike, they take a lot of money, so you need to be very, very keen on your entry. It has to be like a sniper entry. So for instance, now you can say that this is a break of structure and then wait for when price reacts back to that level, to that break of structure level. Yeah, you can wait for that and then make the entry. Before I said it, you will look at what has happened. This is what I always tell you, being patient. That order block has caused price to reverse back. It has not even given us a break of structure. Before we finished talking, it had already spiked. So yeah, you need to wait. It's crazy. You just need to wait for a clear entry. Yeah, that wasn't a clear entry. That's why I was hesitant to make an entry. But we know that we need some sales. Yeah, we know that we need some sales at the end of the day. So we can wait and wait for a clear entry. This might give us some money today again, like it did yesterday. So let's just give it some time to work out what we need. A V25 1S, we need it to settle and give us a pullback. We want to see a reversal signal right here to enter some buys to take us all the way back to that level. So until then, we have no business with this asset. V75, it has reached this level, but we need some buys to get us there, and then we come in with a sell. The buys may not even reach the other trend line. It may reach around this level, and then we come in with sells, but we are not market movers. It means price can unfortunately get weird momentum to break through this level immediately. So it doesn't mean that it is a must. It will have to first get back up there. Sometimes the market movers can push price to break immediately and look for what they need just around this level. So you need to know that, and don't be rigid with what you think it's going to happen. You follow what the market is giving you. Jump 50 right about here. We said we need a pullback there, then we can come in with sales. So we need a reversal signal. Unless we get one, we can't enter buys. Yeah, but this is one of the assets that we are likely to focus on today. It's one of the assets that we are likely to focus on today for this kind of a buy. I would actually, we can even enter, but you'll be risking because your stop loss will be here, all the way here. Your stop loss will be all the way here. But from where we are currently, I think it could even be a better entry for us, where we are. So let's be patient a bit and see what happens. Jump 25, we need a pullback there, then sells. Yeah, we are likely not to see a breakout immediately here. We are likely to first see a pullback up, then we come in with sells. Jump 10, yeah, the pullback has started already. We need it to come at least to this breaker block where we saw the break of structure here, and then we can come in with the buys to reach the other trend line up there. This can be another focus for today. So jump 10 can be our focus. Jump 50 can be another focus. Jump 25, unless it goes there, we have no business with it. So I'm looking at jump 10, jump 50, and probably jump 75. I mean V75. The rest, not really. They nothing is giving us vibes today. We have no vibes with all these markets today. So yeah, lastly was gold. Gold is also not really giving us any vibes today, so we can wait for it to make a pullback here, and then we can come in with some buys. Why are we looking for some buys? Because we left some liquidity on the daily time frame right about there, so that's why we may see some buys to get us right there. So that was my analysis all along. So that's what we are likely to tap into. Then we get into sales for some good long time. All right, I think that's it for today. Apologies for where things have not gone right today. Maybe the lagging and the what have you. There are some things I was testing. I was trying to be live on TikTok, so sometimes internet was lagging, but I later closed it. I later closed it, and now we stabilized. Otherwise, I want to wish you guys a good day. Remember that today is the 26th. We have 4 days to close the month. If you want to join the VIP Signal platform, this is the time. Is within these 4 days, you can subscribe and be part of the Signals platform. Also, for registration for the mentorship class, you have also 4 days, and probably even that whole week you can still register for the mentorship program, mentorship class, and be part of it. You use the number there to inbox me to receive the details, more details about it. Happy trading, guys. See you tomorrow same time.